James Gunn called you a square, pretty much.
He's just talking shit about me over there, isn't he?
Well, he said that, and here were the examples he gave. Your love of swing and jazz. So I'm curious, based on those metrics, what do you think is the squarest thing about your co-stars?
Oh, great question. I think about Rachel. The squarest thing about her is that she doesn't think that she's funny. She has this wonderful innocence about her where she thinks that she's that she's just been playing an imposter all those years on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and she's in fact quite charming and funny and intelligently funny, sort of a savvy humor. And then about Nick, the squarest thing about Nick is that he's a wonderful and loving father, and I don't think that that's.
What a square.
What a
And square is good.
But you don't always think about that when you think of a brilliant actor who's committed to his craft and a fantastically charming movie star, that he will also be the most down to earth and playful and loving and present father. And it was lovely to see him and to get to meet his kids.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Say daddy instead of father.
Because it's father square and daddy. More modern. Again, James said you had to work on your shoulders and vulnerability. So
Yes,
I'm
that was a good
curious,
line.
what did you have to work on to play Lex?
Just be evil, pure evil, cold, horrible. I'd never been evil before in my life, so I was like, how does this work?
This is foreign to me.
No, interestingly, talking to James after some of our first rehearsals, it was something where he's got such a great sense of the overall script and story and where each character fits into that. It was something where we went and did some little private rehearsals, me and him, where he was like, okay, let's figure out the energy that Lex is entering this story with. And so it was kind of a relentless rage and pushing forward this momentum that Lex was carrying. That was something I kind of had to work on, I think, for this character, yeah.
Rachel, how about you? What did you have to work on, if anything?
Definitely. I mean, the truth is that when I first read James's script, I was like, I think as somebody who tends to be drawn to characters that are really far away from me, this might be the closest to myself I've ever played, which was an absolutely horrifying thought. And then I wanted to figure out what I didn't understand about her. Journalism is a world, obviously we've interacted with journalists for many years, but is a world that's brand new to me, and I really wanted to understand what makes an investigative journalist tick, and especially in a moment where print journalism is an art form under siege, why this Lois, this does take place today in 2025, why she's so passionate about print journalism and what keeps her going every day. And so I had the opportunity to speak to a handful of journalists who helped fill me in.
This is the Derek Queen Superman Blizzard that they brought to set today, and I was eating it as you walked in, and I will stop now because it's not fair to you, but it's delicious.
This is how James Gunn does his interviews. He just eats on camera.
Like, time to take off? Yeah.
I read an interview you told David, he's talked about it too, that he had to work on his shoulders and his vulnerability.
That's right.
What did you have to work on before doing this?
Not my shoulders, but my vulnerability. I think it was, coming into this project, I normally write about characters that are very edgy and, oftentimes mean characters that, like, little by little we whittle down and we find something beautiful there, whether it's Rocket or Star-Lord or Peacemaker or whomever. In this movie, it was a much different story. It's about a guy who really is good. He's got flaws like anybody, but at the end of the day, he just wants to help people and save people and, and be a good person. And that's coming from such a different place for me that I had to reorient myself towards storytelling.
You have a dog